YouTube is good, y'all boys. Today we're gonna tap into being attractive is overrated. Let's get to it. First off, I just gotta say, I don't think being attractive is overrated at all. If anything, it's a cheat code. But hey, maybe I'm just not attractive enough. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, not necessarily being the most desirable person growing up was honestly one of the biggest flexes in hindsight. The appetite for girls my age and older has been there. But alas, my romantic professors were not met in kind. And as a result, a flurry of detestable adjectives would be affixed to my character. Things like lame, corny, dusty, musty, crusty, and worthless subhuman. However, I did not let this define me.
Well, but just because you're not attractive? What?
My reputation with women was always abysmal. I craved interaction with my peers. So I changed and molded myself into a person more palatable, and I saw results that aligned with my goals. Being ugly taught me a few things. It taught me perseverance, adaptation, humility, and self-awareness. Perseverance because you may not be ugly forevermore. Most of the time, you just need to grow into your looks.
A lot of the times, people are ugly because they either don't grow their hair out or they just don't take care of their body. Like, a lot of acne and stuff like that really just comes from not eating good or not working out. Like, if you take care of your body will naturally start looking better. But I also would say grow out your hair. I wouldn't cut my hair if I was y'all.
Continue to go to the gym regularly, or just save up enough money to go to Turkey. Adaptation, because people change, and most of the time they don't even know what they really want anyway. If the trend is Y2K, get some Hellstar. If the trend is dreads, just get some. You don't even gotta wait that long. I saw them on TV early. And most of all, nobody can call you ugly if you get a ski mask and dreads. How can I be ugly if Duke Dennis got the same fit on as me? Humility, because my you still ugly. Just because you feel confident, don't think you can just post a video of you lip syncing a song, trying to be cute. TikTok and Instagram.
I mean, like, I get like the way you dress is a very important thing about how like attractive you are, but at the same time, I'm gonna keep it a beam. It's not about dressing trendy. It's about finding your style and just sticking to it. Like, I mean, everybody has their own unique style. One of my styles, I wear hats everywhere. I ain't gonna lie. Another thing, I usually wear wife beaters. I ain't gonna lie. That's just my vibe. That's my style. Sometimes I put the cap back. Sometimes I do other things. Sometimes I wear varsity jackets. That's just kind of my thing, bro. I got broad shoulders. So I know my style, but at the same time, you got to know yours. Everybody's style is different.
Comments are ruthless. You'll tear down everything you work so hard to build up in self-awareness, because most of the time, it's not because you
y'all don't know what that TikTok post. I ain't gonna lie. That's too much yap.
Are born ugly. I mean, just look at those lips and don't even try to lick them. Yeah, I just got you. Your nails either look like you've never even had them, or they look like you've had them for way too long.
I ain't gonna lie. My nails might not be that bad though. Let it focus. My nails aren't that bad. Yeah, never mind. Let me actually let's get back locked in. Actually,
your shoes are unreasonably dirty. You look like you got dressed in a garbage can, and you really thought I was done. I know you still got them eye boogers with the slobber on your cheek. Don't even.
Yeah, you're not showing your face. Nah, show me your face, twin. Why you dissing me like that?
Try to wipe it off. Nasty, just nasty. You look like you just woke up in school. And speaking of school, don't you dare get caught laughing while someone is getting roasted. With a simple glance at you, they can tell you look like what you've been through. But one might ask, Chef, what's the point of saying all this? A famous man once said, the bigger the suffering, the more the peace. So the arc of your glow up begins. Weeks, months, years go by, and you have become a whole new person. But this new form comes with its own set of challenges. Girls that rejected you have either gained weight and lost points over time, but now want to give you a chance. Or the girls you've always wanted.
If they rejected you at first, do not go back to them, bro. I feel like that's the most obvious like rule of attraction ever. Whatever. Game is game.
Now being within reach, you must resist using the affection you had in the past against you. But that's just one positive outcome. The most likely scenario is that after years upon years of rejection, being ostracized, and more even detestable adjectives being affixed to your character, you will be consumed by it. Red pill, blue pill, black pill, yellow pill. You've gone down a very dangerous rabbit hole in the attempt to rationalize the way things are and how they ought to be. Or even worse, you say screw it and start trying to compete in lower ranked lobbies. Being ugly can be a blessing. It can make you less likely to get involved with disingenuous people because you're ugly anyway. There literally is no...
I'm not gonna lie, when you're ugly, you really get to see how people really feel about you, bro, because they're not gonna hold back. When you're attractive, people are always gonna like sprinkle some lies or try to like flirt with you a little bit. When you're ugly, though, you really get to see how people are or how they truly are, because they'll treat you like a regular person, bro, because there's no reason to not.
Point to being your friend. Everything isn't given to you, it's earned. You can develop a more niche, grounded personality. And on top of that, you can have a come-up story. And everyone likes an underdog because they can resonate with them. Maybe not in the looks department, but perhaps in other aspects, like finding your confidence, because no one likes to watch things be handed to people. Speaking of getting things handed to you, does this term ring a bell? Pretty privilege. I have experienced pretty privilege firsthand. There was a girl in my kindergarten class that was white.
Kindergarten. Hey, buddy. Let's watch where we go from here.
The look relative to the rest of the class. There was a situation where I was in need of a crayon, and this young lady took it upon herself to indulge in my crayons, which I obviously permitted because in my eyes she could do no wrong. However, she equipped a crayon that I was in the need of. So when she put it down to use another crayon, I took it as an opportunity to retake what was once mine. She looked at me with those hazel eyes, putting me in a hypnotic state. However, the intention of her gaze was not to bashfully bewilder. On the contrary, it was an intensely vindictive stare, and her intentions were written all over her face. She raised her hand to alert the teacher. Chef took my crayon.
Took my... Okay, so she put you into the little jinjitsu. Okay, I understand that, but like... You're being very descriptive with this story.
Immediately sobered up and instantly attempted to defend myself in light of these claims.
I like
no,
the
Miss
words
K,
you
that's
use.
not true. I would never steal from her. Chef, you always making trouble. I remember when you broke into my desk trying to steal some more animal crackers. That's why we all call you Big Back Chef. But
That's
Miss
crazy.
K, no buts. Give her the crayon back right now. I failed in defending myself, but I can't blame her. I had the reputation of mischief, and I wasn't exactly the most fashionable
You know
person.
something I was thinking about? To most teachers, moments like that don't really matter, and usually they're just on the side of whoever's louder or who just speaks up first. But to us as kids, those are like childhood core memories. Because how does he remember that? Like what? Out of all moments, why would you remember that?
And on top of all that, I was dark-skinned. And back then, light skins were still the meta. But as a result of previous other actions that are unrelated, I found myself on orange. And as a result of the complication I had with this girl, my card was changed to the dreaded red.
Red? Nah, I ain't gonna lie. If your card got turned to red, bro, you did a little bit more things than stealing a crayon, bro. I'm not finna lie. I know you was finna get beat when you got home.
It's over. My life is ruined. I knew what I had waiting for me at home, and it wasn't pleasant. So, opposed to forcing the issues, I grieved my behind and held out hope that my mother would hear my plea. School was letting out, and she was coming to pick me up. So, my teacher would take the opportunity to inform her of the trouble I had had today. She made sure to leave out no detail, but when it came to the matter of the crayons, she remembered buying the crayons and telling me not to lose them, and the teacher shuddered. Chef telling the truth? She then scolded the teacher for not at least hearing me or calling her. I was in shock. I've been spared. I get to keep my butt today. Pause. But from that day on, I truly embodied the quote, all glitters are not gold. But this is the way of things. Ugly people are very versatile, creating art, music, and YouTube videos. Instead of
Man, I ain't gonna lie. The way people be cooking Dabo, that boy Dabo, it be hurting my soul. I be feeling bad for brother. I ain't gonna lie. Whenever people talk about Chop, the first person they mention is Dabo.
punishing ugly
Imagine
people
me
for the way they look.
Imagine being the spokesperson of being Chopped.
Put them to good use first, then assess their value as a human. Being ugly isn't all bad. You made it this far, you might as well subscribe. And if you like videos,
All right, good video, buddy. I ain't gonna lie. But hey, Big Black Chef. Why is that your name, brother? Why is that your name? I don't understand. What do you mean by that? No, I'm playing, bro. Good video, Big Black Chef. You might earn a little.